Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 10 out of Jake, man. I'm rocking with y'all rocking with me. And for this video, one of the most annoying things that's ever happened to me, consistently, is walking through Boston and stepping in dog poop, right? Whether it's Jordans, whether it's Forces, whatever shoe I have, it usually happens right after I buy it. Step in the poop. I can't walk in the store because I'm going to be tracking it like mud. And everyone's going to look at me and put two and two together like, yo, you're tracking poop through the store. Can you leave? Because I'm not cleaning it. Then you get home. It's all dried up. And you got to clean the sneaker. And when that water hits it, it's like it restarts the fucking chemical inside of dog shit that makes it stink. It's almost like pepper spray. When you get pepper sprayed in prison, yeah, it sucks, it burns, it calms down. They put you in the shower, they take you out, and then it reactivates. It gets even fucking worse, right? It's the same thing. You hit it with the water, it starts to stink. Dog owners out there, it is y'all responsibility and duty as good neighbors to clean up the dog shit. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to be stepping in it. This guy, he took it a step further. He didn't want any dog shitting near his apartment. And apparently it bothered him so much, he stuck an AK-47 out of his window and opened fire. June 10th, 2020 at 11:41 a.m., 911 received multiple calls for a shooting, reporting 2 people had just been shot. Denver PD and paramedics arrived on scene, finding a 21-year-old woman dead and her 27-year-old boyfriend suffering gunshot wounds to his leg and his ass. He was transported to a local hospital where he told police he'd been walking his dog with his girlfriend and gave his dog a command to poop. Someone yelled at him through a window from a ground floor apartment asking if he was going to train the dog or just fucking yell at it. He ignored the man in the window, his dog took a steamy shit, and the man aimed a rifle out of his window. He thought it was only a pellet gun when he saw it until 24 loud gunshots rang off. Him and his girlfriend were both shot and he ran as far as he could until he couldn't run anymore. His girlfriend, who died at the scene from her injuries, had just celebrated her 21st birthday 2 days before. A be on the lookout went out to all nearby police officers after a witness provided a description of the suspect. 36-year-old Michael Close had fled the scene in a black Mercedes. A traffic stop later in the day placed Michael under arrest without incident, and a search of his Mercedes would recover an AK-47 rifle, a handgun, a gun belt, and multiple high-capacity magazines. He admitted to the shooting. His girlfriend contacted police to tell them he'd called her, crying, saying he opened fire on 2 people. She said he wasn't mentally stable, hasn't been their whole relationship, and he'd been diagnosed with depression and a personality disorder, but did nothing to treat it. He has a history of abusing drugs like cocaine and had recently started drinking after 3 years of sobriety. What took a turn in this case was the AK-47 rifle that was recovered had been stolen from a local Denver police sergeant, but it wasn't a random burglary. Michael was friends with the cop whose gun went missing, and he even texted the cop the day of the shooting. At 11:33 a.m., he said his dog had been attacked by 2 other dogs, and at 11:40, he said he really fucked up bad. There's no going back from this now.
I just want my baby back.
Fallis's mother now insists that Politica should be fired, saying if he had been a responsible gun owner, her daughter would still be alive.
Why is this man still working?
In a statement this week, Denver police said they did not open an internal affairs case on Sergeant Politica because no apparent policy violations occurred.
We review situations and we hold officers accountable based on the laws of our city and state, as well as the rules and regulations that govern police conduct.
Michael pled not guilty to 20 different charges, including first-degree murder, attempted murder, use of a prohibited large-capacity magazine during a crime, and assault, and has made headlines again in 2021 by now pleading insanity. He's going the crazy route. His drug abuse and abuse from his parents being listed as excuses for the dog shit shooting. And what's crazy is if he pulls this off, not only will he avoid prison by being placed in a mental health facility, he he can be released in the future if he's found to be sane. I mean, he admitted to the shooting, showed remorse over the shooting, but we'll see just how good of an attorney he has in September when trial starts. Now, this case is like every white case in America. For every white shooter, he has a mental disability, disorder. He has some type of shit that makes him not function, right? But if you're friends with a police sergeant, I'm wondering how the sergeant never picked that up. And I'm also wondering how the sergeant didn't investigate who the fuck could have possibly taken his AK-47 that miraculously went missing and then, reappeared after a dog shit shooting. And I'm not gonna lie, it sounds like you gotta be a little bit special up there to just pop off on people over dog shit. But at the same time, not too long ago, somebody just clapped their neighbors over shoveling snow. So we don't know how, bad the verbal dispute was between them over the dog. Don't shit on my property. Fuck your property. I bet. You know what I mean? Like, we don't know how far it went. But at the end of the day, there's no excuse, bro. Like, you just shot the shit out of two people. You killed a 21-year-old girl right after she turned 21. I mean, I don't know how you're gonna beat that case. It sounds like you're gonna go to prison, right? And I mean, rightfully so. Like, is there a way around that? Should he not go to prison? If he's all this mentally fucked up, he should be in a facility before anything like this ever happens. And I always hate when people are like, oh, he wasn't getting treatment, so he went and shot up a mall. He wasn't getting treatment, so he shot up a movie theater. What the fuck? How? If you have somebody that deserves to be locked in a facility with a fucking straitjacket, getting needles in their ass to put them to sleep because they're too fucking crazy, you can't tell me you didn't pick up on none of these red flags when you knew that motherfucker in real life. Because I can see people on my day-to-day basis when I go out, like, yeah, something's wrong with him. I'm going to walk this way. And it's not on some shit like, oh, he's tough. No, he just looks stupid. Like, stupid enough that he'll try some shit and I'm going to have to fuck him up. You know what I mean? And to avoid fucking him up, I'm going to go this way. Now, I'm assuming murder carries life in Denver like it does pretty much anywhere else. And I don't know how serious they are about high-capacity magazines, but normally any state that bans high-capacity magazines, you're going to get a lot of fucking time just for that. So, AK-47, he didn't get charged with an assault rifle. I guess you can have those, but you probably can't have more than 10 rounds, which is stupid. Like, have you ever seen an AK with a 10-round magazine? It just looks dumb as fuck. But, if he got popped with that, he's facing a decent amount of fucking time. And I'm sure that's why he wants to go the crazy route. In my opinion, I don't think it's gonna work out for him. I really don't think that they're gonna accept his insanity plea. I'm pretty sure he's gonna go to prison. He's gonna realize how stupid of a thing he had done. And just to point out, so many people say drug addiction is a disease, is a mental health issue, this, that, and the third. The reason our prison systems are so overpopulated, it's not because of shooters, gangsters, and gangbangers. 99% of them are fucking drug addicts that are in there for either using or possession or stupid shit like that. I mean, the whole Florida Department of Corrections, the majority are in there for drug-related crimes. So he's not going to be able to pull off an insanity plea just on the fact that he uses drugs. And he's an alcoholic or whatever else. I got abused. Everybody's been fucking abused. You know what I mean? This is 2021. Everybody's got anxiety. Everybody's been through some shit. If a teacher yells at you, you have PTSD. I don't think he's gonna pull it off. We'll see what happens. It's 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all and y'all rocking with me. Till next time.